What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in. Today we got something a little bit different for you today, and we'll get to why. We're covering a couple of new offerings coming in from Schrade, a couple of OTFs called the Uproar and the Uproar Tactical. Thank you to Schrade for sending these in for us to take a look at. Really appreciate that. I did have an unboxing done on these, and before I was able to release the unboxing video on these, as I'm scheduled out 2 weeks typically, sometimes more, sometimes less, in videos. In the meantime, I saw 2 different creators put out videos on these OTFs. One creator did a first impression and was ultimately very happy and satisfied with these Uproar OTFs. The other creator was not so satisfied with these OTFs. And we're going to dive into everything, hence the forward-facing video today. We will do a tabletop on these and cover more in-depth stuff, but instead of releasing the unboxing and just letting it go with first impressions, I decided to pull that unboxing down, carry these knives, use these knives, mess with these knives, and test these knives out, and then do a little bit different of a video. I hadn't decided up until now to just go ahead and do it like this. That way we had some clarity on these OTFs, because there's not a lot out on these right now, and the 2 things that I saw are completely different, right? So it's like, where do we go, with what we're thinking on these OTFs? So we have the Schrade Uproar Tactical. These are assembled in the United States using foreign and domestic parts. There's no claim that these are fully USA made parts, fully made in the US. Schrade has it right on the box, right on the website, assembled here using foreign and domestic parts. These are in the Delta line for Schrade, which is their middle tier line. They have Delta, Beta, and Alpha. These are in the Beta class, which means they're foreign made, but they have a little bit more attention to detail, a little bit more quality control, a little bit more care. The Alpha line is their American line, which for everything considered is very good, and they are headed in the right direction with the USA made line. So to clear that up, because I've heard some different things about that as well, and that's the case, that's the truth. They're assembled here and made from varying places, parts and pieces. So the quality control is going to be much better them being assembled here by Schrade in the US than these being assembled elsewhere in a foreign place and then shipped here. People have that idea that these OTFs are shipped here like this. No, they're not. It's not legal. You cannot legally bring in automatic knives in the United States. Customs will confiscate them along the way. Ask certain designers and certain companies who have tried to have fully put together fully put together OTFs and had them shipped here. It doesn't work out very well. So they are sent to Schrade and put together by Schrade. So wanted to clear that up. Secondly, to clear up some other stuff, OTFs have a certain design purpose. These were not designed to be your utility razor blade. These were not designed to compare to a TRM Atom or Neutron, a quiet carry Drift. These were not created to be thin ultra slicers. OTFs have a certain purpose, and they're designed for that purpose. They're designed to quickly get out of your pocket, quickly deploy the blade, poke, stab, slice, whatever it is, quickly. They weren't designed with, being your primary work knife, being your primary EDC knife. Now, are there OTFs nowadays that are starting to fill some of them rolls that can do the job? Yes, there are. But OTFs were not created that way. Secondly, geometry on an OTF. I'm no geometry wizard, I'm no sharpening wizard, I don't claim to be, but it is a well-known fact that with OTFs, being that they have a shorter blade, there's not a lot of room to get geometry slicey on these. And then again, they aren't designed to be that way. They are a little bit more robust in nature. It's just the way an OTF is. It's so they can handle the rigors of getting beat on and getting stabbed into stuff and things like that. So let's clear that up as well. You're not buying an OTF to be your primary work knife. You're not buying an OTF to be your primary day-to-day knife. Can they fill that role? Can they do the job? In some ways, yes, they can. So, what's the Uproar going to retail for? On Schrade's website, the full retail price is going to be $99.99 for both, so $100. I did some looking, and there's a few other places that are going to have these from anywhere from like $80 to $85. So, I'm going to just stick with and say $85 is what we'll stick with for the simplicity of the video, and we're going to stick with the normal version here for most of the video. What are you going to get for $85? You're going to get, in this version, a stone-washed D2 blade. It is a dagger-looking blade that's more resembling a drop point, or acting more like a drop point, resembling more of a dagger. It's just a single edge. This is not sharpened up here. We have an aluminum textured handle, aluminum switch that's silvered out, and then we have a deep carry steel rollover clip there with a little pummel here on the bottom. I have not found out yet if we can reverse that clip. If this is told over here for these two screws, it would be easy to switch over. So that's something we'll find out in a later video, but it has the possibility that it can be carried left-handed. For the tactical version here, we are looking at a true double edge and true double serrated blade here. So this one is going to cause people more issues in regards to legality. We have the FDE or tan aluminum textured handle here, black aluminum switch, and a black steel deep carry clip with a little glass breaker here on the butt end. And this one has a black innard, where this one has the silver innards here. How is the action and the switch? I have several different companies' OTFs and several OTFs from within those different companies. So I've had the ability to compare these to much more expensive OTFs. I think the cheapest one I have is like $175. So we're talking $100 more, roughly, than these Schrade Uproars. And the action on these is good. Considering the price point of these, it is very good. Very happy with the action on these. How is the switch? The switch is one of the best switches that I've ever handled on an OTF. The way that it is designed, you can see here, it's a little bit different for the push up than it is on the pull back down, which is by design, and it works phenomenally. It protrudes from the handle at a good distance, so that way it's very easy to get behind it, push it out, and then pull it back down. And the way that this is milled or jimped on that switch, it's done in such a way that it grips you, but it's not overly grippy. I can literally push this up and down all day long, and it does not fatigue the tip of my thumb. Even good switches on other OTFs eventually start to fatigue the thumb and wear on the tip of your thumb, where this one does not. And it's typically on the drawback down that they start to fatigue the thumb. This one, that's not the case. And if you have one of these, let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you don't have one of these, I can recommend these for people who do not want to spend more than $100, can't spend more than $100, and want to experience an OTF. That's who I can recommend these to. I'm not going to compare these to $200-300 OTFs. I would be an idiot to compare these. Perspective is everything. Why would you compare an $85 OTF to a $300 Microtech or whatever it might be? Perspective is everything in life, not just with knives, but with everything. These are, for all intents and purposes, I think really well done for being their first shot, their first offering in this line with an OTF. I think they did very well. Now, there are a few additions I would like to see to this OTF, and 1 or 2 subtractions I would like to see to this OTF. And like I said at the beginning, Schrade sent me these. I didn't buy these, and Schrade is not paying me. I do not have affiliate links for these knives. If you buy them, if you don't buy them, I don't know. It doesn't affect me in any which way. I just wanted to bring some clarity to these OTFs for the people who just want to know, who are on, the fence about it, that sort of thing. I wanted to bring some clarity to these. I think they are a very solid offering when it comes to OTFs under the $100 price point. Some of the changes or additions I would like to see. We got to keep in mind this is their first design in the OTF, and we don't know what's to come yet. But I would like to see a standard drop point, tanto, warney, or sheepsfoot blade offering, because that would be much more appetizing to other consumers, because that gives them the ability to use them in other scenarios a lot easier. It's just more appetizing to have more options. I'm not saying don't do the dagger, keep the dagger, but offer other blade shapes, which they might be working on. I hope that they are. Secondly, keep the D2 line like they have and offer them blade shapes, but offer another line that costs like $20, $30 more, $40 more, and offer 154, S30V, or 14C, something like that. And if it's $20, $30, $40 more and we get one of them steels with different blade shapes, I'm telling you what, if this came in 154 or S30V at like 120, this is a winner all day. Even with the aluminum handle and the steel clip, the switch for sure, it's a winner all day. Now, $85 for D2, if it's done well, which Schrade's been using D2 for a long time, I have to assume that it's pretty good D2, right? I think $85 is a solid price for these OTFs. So those are the two major additions I would like to see. More blade shapes and offer a little bit higher end steel. Just a step up, or 1 or 2 steps up from D2. Secondly, the only thing I agree with the other content creator on is the over branding on the knife itself. So on the pocket clip, we have Schrade and we have their logo. We open it up, we have Schrade's logo on the face, and then we have Uproar on the back. I think everything should be gotten rid of except the little Schrade here on the show side. It looks clean, it looks good, it's small, you know, it's fine. Leave that there and get rid of everything else. That'll save time anyway. We don't need Uproar on the back, and we don't need Schrade or the logo on the clip. Now, is that a deal breaker to not go get one of these? It might be for you. Personally, you know, everyone knows who Schrade is. Some people don't want to advertise they have a knife in their pocket, and if you have Schrade on the clip, that's definitely an indication that it's a knife. But on the other hand, someone who has a pocket clip in their back, one of their back pockets, their front pocket, even an idiot on the street is going to assume that you have a knife. You're not really hiding it because there's nothing on the clip. Some people, you know, don't know either which way, but I think most people, you know, they're not going to be like, oh, that's a pen. That's not a pocket, you know, oh, that's a pocket clip for a pen or a flashlight. At least where I live, most people are going to assume that that's a knife, no matter what the pocket clip looks like or what's on it. Now, does that mean I still want this on there? No. So, it's not a deal breaker, though, for the knife. So, eliminate the extra branding, add some extra blade shapes in here, and at some point in time, offer a semi-upgraded steel. And I'm telling you what, these will control the OTF market under 150 bucks. If they make those couple of changes, they're going to do very well. Lastly, we should all be rooting for Schrade. If you are rooting against Schrade, you're part of the problem. You have a problem within yourself. We need more good knives on the market. We need more USA made companies and knives in the knife world. Schrade has the ability to offer ultra budget pocket knives, mid-tier pocket knives, and then more expensive USA made knives, EDC fixed blades, companion fixed blades, bushcraft fixed blades, and camping fixed blades. They offer all kinds of stuff. They have the ability to cover a wide range of different knives, different styles, and different price points. We should be rooting for them to get better and do better. Due to poor ownership and piss poor management, I'm assuming, they have had ups and downs. It seems like they're on their way back up, and we should all be rooting for them to do so. I know I am. I love their fixed blades. I like these OTFs. I like a lot of their folders that I've handled. I like what they're doing. They're starting to set a good foundation, and we should all be rooting for Schrade, in my opinion. Let me know if you disagree with that, and let me know why you disagree with that, because I just don't see an answer as to why you would root against a USA company like that. So let me know what you think about that. Also, while you're down there, feel free to let me know what you're carrying, and let me know what you think about the new Uproars. What changes would you like to see as well? I know these aren't going to be for everyone. That's okay. I know not everyone can legally carry these. I know not everyone can own these. That's okay as well. Schrade needs constructive criticism so that they can get better, and I hope that they implement that constructive criticism and make them better. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, everyone. I always appreciate that. If you're new here, we release videos on knives and EDC gear every single day. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. I'd love to have you here. I'm going to put up a couple of new videos up here. Go check one of them out. That also really helps the videos out and the channel out. I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.